What was that?
Welcome in to Concepcion here for Group D action in the Basketball Champions League of Americas. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey as we get set to see UdeC taking on Obras. And you see the standings there, Paul. Right now, everyone chasing Franca. They're 2-0, have beaten both Obras and UdeC in the matchups prior in December. They'll get an opportunity to play one of these two teams tomorrow as well. Right now, much needed win on both sides. When you take a look at the home team in this one, UdeC, who is, trying to protect home court here in Group D. They're 0-2 so far this year. They've struggled to score, but you see them to play. Is there anything that you can take away from two of the games that they've had so far in the Basketball Champions League of Americas?
Well, I think Obras has this game is important to them to be contending for the first spot, and UdeC, they need to win today to keep involved in any way. And a lot of their games, they've had trouble with foul trouble, and some of their best players can't play the minutes they're going to need to play to be competitive. So you look for them to play stronger, more defense without fouling, and then knocking down some threes to keep competitive.
It should be very interesting on the other side as we take a look at UdeC's starting lineup. A little bit of a shortened bench from what they had in their first go-round here in Group D. They're 0-2, as we mentioned off the top. They're going to be leaning a lot on Marcus Lecter, who is one of the star players for this unit, the forward, who stands 6'8", an American playing for this team from Chile. The team's getting ready to get introduced to the crowd on hand here at the Casa del Deportivo. It is a very intimate venue, just 2,000 seats available. And we expect that we should have a healthy crowd, a boisterous crowd on hand. We're just about over 300 miles south of the capital here in Chile, in Santiago. Santiago's probably about a 5-hour trip by car on Route 5 to get here to Concepcion. And of course, this is on the Universidad de Concepcion campus. And this team, known as UdeC, will look to protect home court. They have done pretty well in the National League in Chile. They won their last 2 league championships. So back-to-back champions is UdeC. Now the step up to play at this level in the BCLA. And Paul, when you look at a team that has had some success domestically, and then they got to take that next step up to play at this level, what really sticks out to you, and what, as a coach, what would you kind of incentivize your team to be ready to play different styles from different countries?
Well, making a step up is very difficult, and a lot of times it's physical. Teams are bigger, stronger, faster, and also more intense in their play. So if I'm coaching UdeC, I'm really focusing on our intensity. Let's play hard all the time. And of course, as a coach, the saying goes, play hard, play smart, and play together. So I'm going to focus that and use that as a goal for this game, and let the chips fly where they go.
So UdeC being introduced to the crowd here on hand. On the other side, Obras coming in. They've already beat UdeC in the Basketball Champions League. That game back in December. They were victorious 93-75. Obras is still in the middle of their season in the LNB, the National League in Argentina. They're 8-6 in league play. They're 1-1 coming into this one, having the win over UdeC. When you've got a win over a team like UdeC, and it was relatively easy in that one, almost a 20-point victory, how do you keep focus to try and make sure that you bring the same intensity on the floor and feel like you might have the upper hand coming into this one?
Yeah, as a coach, you need to fight the urge to just be lackadaisical, kind of say, we can just go on the floor and do whatever we want and we're going to win this game, because as we know, that's never true in any sport, especially basketball, where momentum can really shift can cause you problems. So you really want to put that game behind you and just focus on what we're going to do today. And easier said than done because a lot of times players, they think, well, we beat them so bad last time. Let's just have fun and we'll be okay. And that's not true. You have to really focus and put out another good effort tonight.
Moments away from the tip here. Group D action. It's UdeC hosting Obras, the first of 2 games tonight in the BCLA. UdeC, as you see them there on your screen, we'll get an opportunity to meet the officials in just a second. We'll also get an opportunity to see the starting lineups for these 2 teams. And Carlin Gay, Paul McKeskey on the call. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you are doing so. It is in the early going as we take a look at the 3 officials who will be in charge of this match. Jorge Vasquez, Julio Anya, and Willisette Ernesto Del Bella Montalvo. That is a mouthful, but from Puerto Rico, Panama as well.
If you're a player or a coach, you just call him sir. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't want to get involved in that long of a name.
Yeah, just sir will do. But those 3 men will be blowing the whistle tonight, keeping this game in check, and men that have had a lot of experience here at this level. Starting lineup for Obras. Iñaco is someone I'm going to circle, Paul, who has a lot of his hands full. They go with a 3-guard set and 2 bigs, trying to get up and down here.
Yeah, and that's basketball is turning into that more and more, except for the NBA, because the NBA size still does matter. You want a couple 7-footers on there, but a lot of the games here are played with draw and kick and penetration and quickness, getting up and down the floor, shooting threes. So a lot of coaches go with the 3-guard set now. It's not a new thing. It's been played for years and years. Even as old as I am, we played it sometimes at Kansas. So, but one thing you have to really focus on when you go small like that is everyone has to block out. Everyone has to stay in and rebound on the defensive end. No need to leak out. And that's a difficult thing to do because a lot of the guards are usually just floating down the floor and getting a fast break instead of staying in and getting rebounds.
Yeah, no question. It should be interesting as both teams provide a different style. Obras likes to get up and down the floor. They've scored 90 points on average, and this man likes to keep the game at a slower pace, knowing that he may not have the talent to keep up with everybody. Coach Nunez for UdeC. Right now, observing a moment of silence for Garly Joho. So Garly Joho unfortunately lost his life this past December at the ripe age of 24 after suffering a epileptic seizure at his home in Caracas. And we send our thoughts and prayers to Garly's friends, family, and teammates, as that was a very tough loss and devastating news that really sent shockwaves throughout the entire FIBA family.
Yeah, they, it kind of, you know, puts in perspective. Basketball's a game; these are important games, but life is never guaranteed. And we lost a young man and a young player at an early age, and even here in the United States, with the Golden State Warriors, lost their assistant coach this week, who was another young man that's been coaching in Serbia for years and was with the Golden State Warriors, and really puts a perspective on life in general, and just a sad all-around feeling. And all these players and coaches, you have either known him directly or indirectly. So it's just, like you said, a shock for everybody.
Yeah, Garly Soho passed away again in his home in December. Was just 24 years of age. Made his national team debut. He's, of course, Venezuelan. Made his national team debut with Venezuela back in 2020 at the Olympic qualifying tournaments in Lithuania. And he actually played for Venezuela in the FIBA World Cup this past summer and was with Gladiadores for the first stage of the Basketball Champions League. So many people are thinking about his family and, of course, his Gladiadores teammates, who we'll see in game number 2 here tonight. Tough transition to make, but we'll make it and try to get ready for this game. Group D action between UdeC and Obras. UdeC in the home yellow uniforms, Obras wearing the black road uniforms. As we mentioned, Obras coming away with the victory the last time these two teams played. It was a 20-point win. Let's see how UdeC can adjust and change, especially playing in their own gym. Off we go. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Basketball Champions League action in the Americas, Group D. And UdeC with the basketball going from right to left on your screen. And that is Marcus Lecter drilling the 3. His first shot is good.
That's always a good sign. You execute a first play and get a player wide open and knocks down a 3. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, Letcher, his first triple of the game. That's a great sign, especially for UdeC, who will be going up against a team that is scoring the second most points per game in the BCLA. And Spite just drilled a 3 to respond. So both sides with 3-pointers already, Paul.
Yeah, scary there that he was so wide open. No one was around him. He's one of the best players out there.
Jump hook inside, no good. And that's cleared away by Woods. Spite will try again. Missed that time. Yeah, it was same spot, a different result this time around.
Yeah, that's as a player, you kind of feel, okay, I made that first one. I'm guaranteed this one.
Letcher's 3 off the mark. That's vacuumed in by Spite. Staring at the top of the key, looking for some movement.
And as usual, everything turns into a pick and roll usually.
Woods pulls up at the foul line off the mark. Won't see UdeC run too much, but they do on that possession, and the lay-in there is for Derek Woods, his first 2.
Yeah, not a great shot at the other end, and a lot of times those bad shots turn into fast break opportunities for the defense.
3 on the way, it's off the mark. Look out, a quick trigger. That's off the mark as well. Push ahead, it's Spite. He's gonna go back to the basket, waiting for the double team. He invites it. Kicks it to Barral. That's back out. Ruiz trying to find some space to get it up. Can't get it to fall. Letcher pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, a lot of times, we saw the first couple 3s go in, but now teams start to settle too much for the 3-point shot. And, quite frankly, along most of these games, most teams are shooting below 30% from the 3. So it's always better to go into the post, work it inside out.
Letcher heard you, and he tacks the rim and lays it in.
There you go.
So 5 points.
Yeah, there's a way to attack, you post up guys, or you drive and attack the rim.
It's a good spin move as Spite had the defense fall asleep a little bit. He equals Lecter's 5 points on the night so far. 2-point lead for UdeC.
Got a little hezzy on him. Put him to sleep.
Woods' fall away is not there. A one-handed rebound pulled down by Spite, and he'll push. Three on the way. It's off the mark. Ruiz will vacuum it in, and then a good cut and lay in there by Inako.
You love to see cuts like that. A lot of times players will just stand on the outside on the three-point line, but if you'll cut to the basket, you'll get a lot of layups just like that.
Carrasco driving to the bucket. He was fouled. It's on the floor. reset the shot clock back to 14. We'll stay here with UdeC on the inbound. So UdeC coming out of the National League in Chile, and they've won their last 2 league championships. Now trying to convert that success here at the highest level in the Americas, the Basketball Champions League of Americas. Take a look at head coach Nunez over there.
Yeah, we
they call
talked
that
about
foul.
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he got him on the arm, but that step up is not an easy thing to do for teams.
UdeC finding that out. They're 0-2 so far in their first 2 games. And what a tough group this is. You have Obras, who plays at a high level in Argentina, and then Franca, who is it seems like a well-oiled machine, and they are very familiar with Basketball Champions League play. And UdeC is finding out that wins are going to be hard to come by here in Group D. A good pass. Yako again with the layup.
Wow, what a nice backdoor cut. And Obras is just doing a great job of keeping the floor spread, but not standing and cutting. They got 2 layups back-to-back here.
Fletcher a little loose on the handle. He had to give it up. It's a solid screen. Arteaga kicks it back out. Fletcher's 3's off the mark. And Bader will push the other way. One-legged fall away falls for him.
Everybody's got that shot in their repertoire now. The old Dirk Nowitzki one-legged in the 3-quarter post.
Creating that space with that bump as well. And Bader falls to the ground as Carrasco drills the 2. And then once again, he and this time Yako battle. They're going to say it's big basketball.
Everywhere. Yeah, bodies flying everywhere today. I like it. I like to see that.
For a team like UdeC, who their regular season is long over, they've already awarded the championship way back in the fall, and now they have to get back into basketball shape. And it's not like the Basketball Champions League is playing every week here, folks. The last time that UdeC stepped on the floor in a BCL game was way back in December, and now here we are a month later. Paul, how do you get your team organized and ready and stay in shape to play games like this against teams that are still in the middle of their leagues?
It's very difficult because game time situations are not replicable in practice. No matter how hard you push it and how interesting you make it, it's just not. You can't replicate game time speed and refereeing and conditioning unless you're playing games. So it's very difficult. One way you could do it is scrimmage different teams while you're preparing, so you get a different look. Because what happens if you're practicing against the same guys every day, not only does it get boring, but it tends to be brother-in-law basketball. We call that brother-in-law, where you score, I score. So it's not an easy task, but they have no options.
Carrasco goes to the line and misses both free throws there. So the score still 11-10. Obras with the lead and the basketball. Baral, tough pass underneath, another feed, and that was one pass too many as a turnover here, and allows UdeC to get in the front court.
Yeah, a little too unself.
Yeah, no doubt. Rubio crashing in, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Play of the offensive foul on the defense
here. Yeah, good job moving your feet, staying in front, and cutting off the angle.
The first foul for Rubio. Baral for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound vacuumed in by Rubio.
You don't mind that 3. They swung the ball and got it to a 3-point shooter, just missed it.
Fletcher was right on the doorstep, couldn't make it, but got his own follow and could not finish that time. Barral on the push. He missed, and the cleanup is there for Solorin.
And that's kind of the physicality we talked about. Bigger, stronger, faster players.
That's leading to a 3-point lead. It feels like Obras, there's a foul there. It feels like Obras has a little bit more momentum, being in basketball rhythm. It feels like they're a little bit more in shape. A lot of tired bodies out there for UdeC.
Yeah, once again, that conditioning without games being played, the conditioning is hard to keep up. Game time conditioning, totally different than practice conditioning.
Couple subs on both sides. 14 on the shot clock for UdeC to work with. Now 5 to shoot. Tough shot that was partially blocked and it landed in the hands of Ruiz. 3 from the corner, indeed. Knocked down by Serminato. He drills his first 3 of the game to give
great transition.
Obras the 6-point lead. Yeah, great transition. And you talked about the ball movement and the spacing.
Yeah, they just push the ball to keep spaced, and guys have been back cutting and swing the ball to a shooter.
Another opportunity for early offense. Another 3 on the way. He knew he missed it, so he followed it. Ruiz, the good feed inside. Serminato was rejected inside, but the foul is called. Grinslow picking up the foul there.
Yeah, I remember the last game. Princeton got into foul trouble, and he's one of the only guys of size on their team, and he can't afford to do that. He's got to do his work early and not have silly fouls, or else he puts his team in a bind. But Obras just looks like you said early, they look like a well-oiled machine on both ends of the floor.
And right now they take a lead into our first timeout. 16-10 is the score with 2:15 remaining in the first quarter.
Ahora en defensa hay que seguir los cortes. Hey, ellos tiran todos de 3. Hay que salir con ellos, hay que salir con ellos y hay que cerrar los caminos para que pase y retomamos. Hay que poblar la zona rápido. Vamos. Juega tus centrales, juega uno, pero vamos. Después de recibir, hay que liberar espacio para penetrar. Volvemos a jugar. Jugamos. Aquí está. El hombro. Ponemos abajo a 1-2. Cálmate. Vale.
Boy, that's as 25 years of coaching, when I call a timeout, I look at the players' faces, look in their eyes, see if they're paying attention and responding. And in that huddle right there, I noticed a lot of players looked dazed. A lot of players, didn't look engaged. And if I'm a coach, that's a concern of mine.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they were shell-shocked, and a little bit concerning when it's only right now after that made free throw a 7-point game. And we're early in this one with 2:11 remaining in the first. So Serminato at the line. Go ahead.
You got to fire up your team. You got to get them going, give them some emotion. That's the only way you're going to get through this thing.
See how they responded to the timeout. Didn't look good in the timeout. But they'll call the set. Rivera hands. It's Woods. Off the mark. And that's vacuumed in by Smignotti.
But a lot better ball movement there.
Ruiz is the catch in the middle. Speaking of ball movement, good look there for Obras, and there's going to be a foul, and that's going to send UdeC to the line. So a positive here in the first quarter for UdeC, as they have now forced Obras into the penalty, as you see Renato in picking up his first foul.
Yeah, they just got to pick up their energy a little bit. And the ball movement on the first play out of that timeout was very good. They just missed an open shot. That happens in basketball. But they are attacking the basket and getting into the penalty. So now knock down your free throws and get back in this thing quickly.
Alejandro Vergara at the line drills his first free throw. Played 2 games so far here in the Basketball Champions League of Americas and averaging just 6 points, but he's shooting the lights out from the field, 71% from the floor. As you see Rivera picking up that foul in the backcourt. It's only the 13th foul for UdeC. Minute 21 remaining in the first quarter. Obras with the lead in the basketball. Ruiz, that pass too tall for him. And a missed layup there by Aguirre. This is Ruiz inside, and he attacks the glass with force.
Just a strong finish. And, UdeC, got the turnover, just didn't finish the layup, and that's important.
Woods trying to go over the top of Ruiz. He couldn't get it to go. No one stopped the basketball, and an easy layup. Lead double up now. Woods trying to battle for that offensive board. Shot clock is unplugged, and Obras could hold for the last look here in the first. Venega. And that's going to be a foul call on the floor, as Ruiz was trying to roll, and he was bear hugged on the way to the rim.
Probably not a bad foul, because that was going to turn into probably a layup or a dunk.
They did have one to give, so it's going to be a side out. At the horn, that's not going to fall, and that's how we'll end the first quarter. Well, Obras coming out and delivering a message here on the road in UdeC's gym, and they take the lead after the first 10 minutes of play, 22-11, here in Group D action in the Basketball Champions League of Americas. Spite now up to 6 points. Give him 7 after that made free throw. UdeC gonna have to try and find some offense here, and there's a foul away from the basketball there with Magera trying to fight through a screen. He was grabbed on his way out of there by Nyako, and that's Nyako's second foul. So now in foul trouble early in the second quarter. Going to have to figure something out here.
Yeah, this is an important time for UdeC right here. They can't let this game get away from them. So they need to really get to the basket just like that, and then play some defense to stay in this game, or this game could get out of hand really quickly.
Magera with the lay-in there. You give him 3 points and counting. So he took advantage right away. Slip by the defender. 3 on the way, no good. And Spite tracks down the offensive board. Ruiz with the good cut. He was rejected by Letcher.
Great block. Great block. Get a good basket here.
That shot hit the top of the backboard, not what you wanted. And on the other end, it is Spite, who never came back and ends up with an easy layup.
So many times when you take a shot like that and miss it so badly, turns into a basket on the other end, just like it did.
Ruiz thought he got a clean block, but they're going to call the foul. And that's going to send Nicolas Aguirre to the line for 2 free throws.
The good thing you see is UdeC is still attacking the basket, so that's a good sign. They just got to shore up some of their rebounding, get some of the 50-50 balls, and they'll be right here.
So Aguirre doesn't provide UdeC too much scoring, averaging less than a couple buckets per game in the 2 games so far for his squad in the Basketball Champions League, but he remains perfect from the line. He was 100% true from the line coming into this game, and I just jinxed him.
Oh, you just did the announcer change.
What's the pair on this trip? He was doing so well, he has me to blame. And then picks up the foul. So there's the double jeopardy for Aguirre.
There you go. You know better than that. Come on.
Yeah, wasn't his fault at all. Totally Carlin Gay's fault as he picks up his second foul and now has to sit.
Absolutely. Like thousands of miles away.
The inbound, 14 seconds on the shot clock after the foul call. Once again, good ball movement here from Obras, and Spite drills another 3.
I can't say enough how good their ball movement is, and spacing, like you said earlier. Just really pretty basketball. And that makes it easier for 3-point shooters to shoot because the ball's moving. Then, sometimes, a shooter is standing in the corner and never gets to touch the ball, never gets to see the ball. He gets frustrated, forces up shots. But as long as the ball movement is like that, everyone gets to touch. Everyone gets a shot.
On the other end, they're also locking in defensively and giving UdeC plenty of trouble just trying to figure themselves out. Rubio got stripped. Spite will push the other way. Now looking for help. Spite will tee up a 3. Indeed! How about Andre Spite now with 15 points and counting?
He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
32 to 14. Yeah.
He's that type of player. He can really light it up when he gets going.
Right now it's Spite 15, UdeC 14. Came with a poke away there. Rubio tries the feed to Woods. They get an open 3 on the way off the mark. Flat-footed rebound and push back the other way. Spite wants it. He's calling for it. They go the other side. That's going to be a foul on a 3-point attempt. And right now, UdeC is falling apart here as Arteaga is going to get called for the foul.
It's interesting, and that's the kiss of death. Fouling a shooter is terrible. Fouling a 3-point shooter is really, really bad. And we've seen it a lot in this tournament. And, you got to contest the 3-point shooters, but you can't put yourself in an awkward position because it's the referee's job now to protect shooters, and they do. So, you know, giving them 3 free throws, you know, it's just a difficult way to go.
So Dion at the line. He's not a great free throw shooter. In league play in Argentina, he's shooting 57% from the foul line. So far, is able to knock down the first 2 here. He hasn't been shooting the ball well from three-point range either. Just 32% from deep in his 14 games playing in the LMB in Argentina. Goes 2 of 3 from the line and almost does come up with his own rebound, and he was fouled in the process.
Yeah, at least you know, you follow up your own shot, you hustle, and you know, you get the ball back and you get back on the free throw line. That was kind of like, look what I got, look what I found.
Found money, almost a penny in the couch or something. Carrasco picked up the foul there. It's going to be side out, 14 on the shot clock for Obras to work with. Lead by 20. Tough look as the shot clock was winding down, and an opportunity for UdeC to get an easy look here. And they miss the layup on the Ortega layup, despite the other side. He was looking for a 3. Rejected inside by Letcher.
Another great block. He's very active on the glass and blocking shots.
He wants a touchdown on the block. They're not going to get it to him. He's going to have to go get it off the glass. Almost did. Touched it last. We'll go the other way.
Yeah, you know, UdeC has fallen into the trap of swinging the ball around the outside and taking threes against the zone instead of penetrating and then kicking out for threes.
You see the last replay there, clearly a touch by Letcher. Here's head coach Chris Dominguez leading this Obras team. Backdoor cut there by Spite. And again, the great ball movement leads to an open 3. Ruiz is there for the offensive rebound. Tough shot. It's no good. Spite on the fall away. Third time's a charm for Obras.
Just keeping active. Getting, like I just said, getting 50-50 balls, offensive glass, swinging the ball around. Good things will happen.
Spite having himself a game now with 17 points and counting. There he is, step back. That's a 2. His foot was on the line. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. They're beginning to rack up. And it's slowly becoming a frustrating night for UdeC.
Yeah, they can't get any rebounds. They're giving them offensive rebounds. They've missed layups in transition, and all those things add up. And not only does it add up on the scoreboard, but it also adds up in your frustration factor. And you can see it with UdeC right now.
So we have a technical foul here as we'll get free throws. But first, we'll have a timeout. Obras really flexing their muscle here, up 36-14 with 5:49 remaining in the first half.
Vas, viene, vamos triángulo. Cambio, ustedes tienen cambio, vamos. Hay que llegar a la esquina.
Son tiros largos, así que los bases tenemos que bloquear de todo, porque más largo los rebotes también.
Sí, pero ellos de aquí cargan el rebote. De cargar el rebote, cargar no tiene ningún tema. Sin rebote no postulamos nada. Vamos a rebotear. ¡Empecemos eso! ¡Vamos!
Andre Spite is putting on a show for Obras. He's taken over this basketball game and has helped his team get in front by a wide margin, 36-14. Spite with 17 points. He's a plus 19 in his time on the floor. And right now, Obras just trying to find a basket. They scored 3 points, Paul, here in this second quarter. And they've been giving up offensive rebound after offensive rebound as Spite tried to bank it in from deep. That was offensive rebound number 11, Paul.
Yeah, and the rebound battle is 30-12. And like you said, 11 offensive rebounds. You know, when you're shooting 10% from the three, you got to get those rebounds. But again, a defensive player making a huge mistake, even though the score is getting out of hand. But you don't need to foul three-point shooters.
Definitely don't. Sebastian Carrasco with the opportunity at 3 free throws at the line here, and to try and break through that concrete wall that was above the rim. He does that with the free throw there. Struggled to find the range. 3 points up until that free throw went through.
When you're the other coach, you look at that player and go, why? Why? Why did you foul the shooter?
And Carrasco's going to make them pay, as he has 2 of the 3 free throws already gone through.
Because really, how many block shots are there on three-point shots? Hardly any, ever.
Yeah, very few. And coaches want you to contest, but not foul. And somehow, some way, the not foul part gets ignored. Princelow picks up the foul there as he tried to swat the shot from behind. And as you mentioned, Princelow, one of the bigger players on this UdeC roster at 6'11", and plays so sparingly because he gets into foul trouble. Here it is. Second foul already.
His footwork was bad on that closeout. He shuffled his feet. Then he tried to cut in front and reach like a lot of players do. And like I said before, they just, UdeC can't afford to have him on the bench.
There he is picking up the rebound. 5 minutes left to play in this second quarter. And another turnover here for UdeC. Barral, nice look. And that's splashed through. And finally, Obras see a three-pointer fall for them. And Yako drills it.
Yeah, that's like shooting practice right there with the ball movement.
Woods for 3. That's off the mark. Barral with the rebound. Another opportunity for 3. You know, there was a whistle beforehand, and it looked like Obras stepped out of bounds on the baseline, so it's a turnover.
Yeah, but it's a turnover, but the idea was there, right? Drive baseline, baseline, drive baseline, kick. So that you can live with those turnovers.
Carrasco kicks to the corners, straight on 3, no good. Woods with the offensive rebound. Carrasco will try for 3. He can't hit. I'll give Obras a chance at some early offense. Yako for 3, no good. Ruiz had that ball skirt off his hands. And that's a good drive and finish by Nicolas Aguirre. He has 3 points and counting now. Has to get back on defense. Behind the back look. The 3 on the mark is there for Solaren.
That's just a fun way to play, right? Behind the back pass to the big, going to the lane, then he kicks it out for an open 3, and you know everybody loves playing like that.
Missed inside from point-blank range by Woods. No one getting back on defense, and a foul is going to be called, and that will send Obras back to the line. Woods picking up the foul there was very late in coming back.
Gave him the old okey doke, the little fake to the pass to the corner and lay it in.
So Smagnotti will toe the line here for 2 free throws. Drills the first. Gives him Smagnotti 3 points and counting. Makes them both. It's the largest lead of the game now for Obras. They haven't looked back since trailing very early on in this game.
We talk about the ball movement, and 9 players on Obras has scored already. That's phenomenal. That's when you know you're moving the ball and everybody's getting a touch.
9 players, 9 assists as a team. And another turnover there, and they give it right back. Good hustle from UdeC. And that shot banked in by Arteaga. That's Arteaga's first 2. He was 0 of 4 from the field prior to that make. That pass through the legs. They're going to call an offensive foul there. That was on Prinsloo on the block attempt. Would have been his 3rd foul, but it's going to go the other way as Jeffrey Solarin can't believe he was called for the offensive foul. You be the judge at home.
Yeah, I mean, and evidently the behind-the-back pass is the flavor of the day.
It's tough to see from that angle whether or not Solarian put that off arm out. Officials deemed it was. Woods inside. Nice footwork that time, but couldn't find the mark. Sloppy play there that time from Obras. And that leads to a layup there by Arteaga, and a quick timeout here for Coach Dominguez as he sees his team taking their foot off the gas pedal despite the big lead. 46-23 your score, under 2 to play here in the second quarter. Coming out of the timeout, 46-23 your score, under 2 to play here in the first half. And again, the ball movement has been there for Obras. Good to see that UdeC still hustling, still trying to impact the game at some level. They can find the range, get some open floor buckets like Arteaga has done in these last 2 drives. Maybe they could sneak back into this one, chip it down to at least 10 by the end of the third, and we might have a game.
Great timeout by Obras, coach. They have a 20-point lead, but the team was getting sloppy and just trying to do some silly stuff. And call a timeout, get them back organized, and maybe the defense will keep fouling 3-point shooters.
I was going to say, Paul might put his fist through the screen if he sees someone else as a coach foul a 3-point shooter, and we'll send Arteaga to the line. So Arteaga finding a little bit of juice here in the game as he had those 2 layups and now at the line.
He's one of those players that will do that. He's energy. He's not afraid of the moment. He's going to take 3-pointers. He's going to take, and the gentleman is 41 years old and still doing it. You love it.
Definitely love to see it. That's when you definitely know that he's seen it all, and 20-point lead in his mind, I'm sure, not insurmountable. This free throw will make it a 20-point basketball game.
He's just a tough player. He's smart. In that 41, you have to be tough and smart and be 5'10" or whatever he says he is to keep playing at this level. And he's just doing a great job.
No question, keeping himself in shape. Andre Spite, he'll take a three. Off the mark. Ruiz once again with an offensive rebound. He's been gobbling them up inside. Spite, nice spin move and lays it in.
Great spin move there, and he's on fire.
So is Arteaga.
There you go.
He drills the three. On the other end, Obras was in a home run trot.
He will not give up. I love his attitude.
Spite with the one-legged Dirk shot drills that. Feels like UdeC is just depending on Arteaga for offense. Here he is on the rock. Spite taking the challenge of defending him. Doesn't matter. Arteaga is feeling it right now.
He's letting him know too, I think.
There he is on the strip. Oh, they're going to call the foul.
Oh, I don't know about that. That looked like all ball right there. Love to see that again.
He was timing Serminato as he was galloping to the rim. You can see Arteaga trying to politic for calls on the other end if they are going to have that one go against him.
He's single-handedly keeping his team in this game.
No question about it. So Serminato drills the first free throw. He is right now in the middle of his LMB season, a 68% free throw shooter. Perfect from the line in this game.
Yeah, that form looked like better than that. Nice form on that. And, Spite is coming out with 21 points, and I think he feels like if this game gets out of hand, he's not going to have a chance to score much in the second half, so getting it done while he's in.
As is this man, Arteaga. Pump fake doesn't work. Rubio with the jab step. Now Euro. Nice move by Rubio. UdeC finding a little bit more offense here to close the quarter. And that's how we'll end the first half. Obras with a comfortable lead. It felt as though momentum was shifting towards the end of the second period as Arteaga found some buckets and infused some energy in his UdeC team. 52-33 is your score at the half. Moments away from second half action here in Group D, the Basketball Champions League of Americas. Moments away from the start of the second half here in Group D action in Concepcion, Chile, as the home team, UdeC, down big against the visiting team from Argentina, Obras. The score is 52-33 as we get set to start the third quarter. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey. Paul, it was a first half dominated by ball movement and just hustle on the offensive boards for Obras.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of 18, 19-point leads in the second half lost here in this tournament. However, UdeC has to do a better job on the offensive glass, and they got to get some help to their 41-year-old Ortega, who has 12 points. He needs to get some help from somebody on his team.
That could be a good sign as Nicolas Aguirre drills the two to kick things off here in the third quarter. Ruiz accepts the pass here. And Yako has had foul trouble, comes up short on the floater. Here is the aforementioned 41-year-old Arteaga. Fletcher drills the hammer dunk. Just got it before shot clock expired.
That'll work. You know, it's just great effort so far coming out of halftime. And, you know, like I said before, we've seen these leads go away, but it's going to take some help from some teammates, which he's getting now. And, you know, Obre, you know, can't fall asleep here. They got to get their energy level back up.
Pushing foul there. It's the first one in the third quarter for UdeC. Third foul for Rubio, and that's an easy lay-in there by Barral as he kissed it off the window.
Back cut. Yeah, another nice back cut and good pass.
Two-man game between Arteaga and Fletcher. Arteaga trying to chisel his way inside, but he traveled. Oh no, they're going to call a foul on Iñaco, and that, if that's him, that might be his fourth.
That's a 5'9" guy posting up a 6'3" guy. 6'4" guy. But you got the foul.
Yeah, you got the foul. It's his third foul, so he'll stay on the floor. Arteaga looking to attack him. Aguirre. Rubio for three, off the mark. And Barral quickly up the floor. That shot off the mark by Spike. Ball handling there as Aguirre tried to get to the rim. And again, Spike never came back defensively, and he finds himself open with an easy lay-in.
A little old school cherry pick there.
He's had a couple of those so far in this game.
Carlin. Yeah, I think, you know you have to attack the rim on the offensive end, but you still got to get back and make sure no one gets behind you in that cherry pick situation.
Good defense there by Serminato as that turnover goes the other way. 6 turnovers in the game for UdeC. Feels like they have so much more. Pass through the legs, and Iñaco lays it in.
It's behind the backs and through the legs passes today.
Iñaco now with 9 points and counting, but what a dime that was as he made the cut. Arteaga's floater's there. He's asking for a foul.
He's got a lot of game, though. He's shooting threes, he's getting to the basket, and he just showed his floater right there.
Barral went to the behind the back pass once again. Solarian missed the first attempt, but followed up to cash out. Arteaga, he'll try a three. That's off the mark. And
heat check.
Barral will, yeah, definitely a heat check on that one. Barral will push the other way. Speaking of heat check, here's Spike. Spins baseline, gorgeous move for the lay-in.
Really nice. He has an all-around game. He can shoot threes and get to the basket. Great spin move on the post down there.
Fletcher. His jump hook is there. Letcher now finding some confidence here in this third. White had that ball go off of his thigh and it'll go the other way. Gets stripped by Aguirre. So much better effort here for UdeC, and it looks like they have caught their second wind as well. In the first quarter, it felt like they were just gasping for breath as we see Rubio go to the block. The nice drop step. Seems like they caught their second win here to start the third.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think they ran out of gas a little bit. Now, like you said, they caught their win, but unfortunately, it might be too late, too little, too late if Obras keeps playing like this.
Yeah, that was Barral with the one-legged fall away. Letcher thought about the three and gave it up. Arteaga carving his way to the basket, fouled. He'll go to the line.
Well, I keep saying it. The 41-year-old is still doing it. He's smart. He's tough. And drives to the basket and almost made that lefty layup for a three-point play. But he's just doing it all on the offensive end tonight.
Saw Coach Nunez looking on. You wonder when he's going to find some time to have Arteaga sit on the bench and catch his breath a little bit, but it's tough to take him out when he's been providing the offense.
Yeah, that time will be tonight after the game. I mean, he needs some help. If I'm the coach or even if I'm him, I'm saying, hey, somebody come up here, let's help. Come on, let's go. Because he's doing one heck of a job.
He's putting the team on his back right now with 16 points and counting. It's still a big lead for Obras, but you chisel this down to 10, you might give yourself a chance. As a nice feed there. The bounce pass was finished off by Semernato. Arteaga back the other way already. Rubio up fake. Arteaga and Rubio crash into each other. Spacing an issue here on this possession now for UdeC. Rubio. Letcher. That's a nice move by Letcher, but couldn't get it to fall. And Spate the other way. Alley-oop attempt too tall for Semernato, who came flying in from the wing.
Yeah, that was a good idea. Too tall and too hard. He needed to take a little off that pass to let his teammate catch up with it and throw it down. But not a bad idea. As a coach, as long as you keep him aggressive and trying to do the right thing, turnovers might happen. Will happen.
Subs here for Obras. Ruiz back into the game. He's guarding the basketball. Ruiz coming up with the block, but the foul is also called. Puts his hand up, no protests. Obras now with their 14th foul here in the quarter, and you see it on the arm. Good call.
Yeah, that was a nice look away with his eyes on that. He looked like his eyes looked like they were going to pass, but then he took it to the basket, absorbed the contact, and gets a couple free throws. And that's another way that UdeC can get back in this game is get to the free throw line, get the clock stopped, so you can score while the clock is stopped.
So Vergara drills a free throw here. Give him 4 points. Derek Woods subs into the game for UdeC. And Vergara is true on his second attempt.
And the only way they're going to get it to 10 or so is to get some stops on this defensive end here the next couple 3 minutes.
Barral for three, and he drills it. Pedro Barral, the captain of this team, filling up the stat sheet. He has 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 dimes here midway through the third. Carrasco, the kick. And that shot off the mark by Vergara. Vignacco, good backdoor move. But out with the gorgeous behind the back pass, but before the shot, it's going to be 3 seconds in the lane.
Wow, that's the first 3-second call I've seen in 15 games, and it happened on a great behind the back pass. Come on, man.
Yeah, phenomenal pass that wipes off the 6th assist for Varel. He's stuck on 5 now. Triple on the way. Or maybe that was a pass. Never touched the rim. 5 to shoot now. And Letcher gives it up to Ruiz. Here's Varel. Let's see what else he has in his bag of tricks. Crossing over, getting to the lane, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
That's the way to attack the basket, though. I love his game. I love his energy. Nice crossover. Needs to finish that, though.
It looked like he took the wrong angle. Yeah, it looked like he took the wrong angle at trying to go in there for that, but unable to make it. As he toes the line, he is averaging 14 points per game and just under 5 assists in the regular season for Obras.
He's feeling it tonight, though.
No question about it. Filling up the stat sheet tonight. Give him 11 points. 8 boards, 5 dimes. He's a plus 13 on the floor. And just under 17 minutes of play. So 71-47. UdeC down with the basketball. Woods, that's a 3 off the mark. Here's Ruiz. He had the space to go to work, but decides to kick it back out.
And look how open the floor is. Nice cut again.
They do a good job of not clogging the lane. Varel. That's a 3 on the way. It's going to be an air ball. And we'll go the other way with UdeC.
I'm telling you what, he did a little flip back pass on that. He's looking a little bit like Pete Maravich out there.
He reminds me a little bit of one of the most famous Obras alum, Pablo Prigioni, who played for the franchise before making his ascent into the NBA. Now heavily involved with the Argentinian Basketball Association as their head coach. Still coaching as well as an assistant in the National Basketball League, but he has all the passes. With Pablo, and there is a follow by Woods. Count it, and the foul. Derek Woods way above the rim. He'll earn a trip to the line for one more.
Even with someone on his arm, he throws that one down. Very nice.
It's one of those frustration dunks. When it's not your night. You just want to tear the rim down. Couldn't complete the three-point play.
Yeah, you got to make that free throw to help yourself out.
Spike. He's had the hot hand. He's off the mark that time. Carrasco fires a pass in the front court. Arteaga hasn't took a shot in quite some time.
This one's going up.
Turns the corner here.
Oh.
Woods. He'll put it up. He's off the mark there from the mid-range, and Ruiz did a good job of baiting him into that look.
Yeah, and it's a tougher shot than you think, but you like to see the younger players use the glass there. It's better angle, Tim Duncan angle.
An easy layup there for Spite, and that was the easiest look of the night for him, and he missed it.
Too easy.
Triple on the way off the mark. We're struggling to score here on both sides in the last couple of possessions. See the shooting percentages for both teams. Well under 50% from the floor. Then again, a miss. And a trip to the line for Obras as the foul was called.
And I know I've been saying this a lot, but because the floor is so open, that allows players to penetrate like that and get into the paint and make plays, either layups or floaters or kick it out. And it's all because of Ubras's ball movement and spacing. They just do a great job doing both those things.
Venegas drills the first free throw. And cashes in on the second as well. He's an 80% free throw shooter this season in the LNB. And right now, 100% from the line in this game. Arteaga falling away. A whistle blew before the shot, so the shot wouldn't have counted. Here's a look at the grab by Venegas.
He's just very quick and strong with that ball. He's hard to stay in front of.
Woods will leave the game now with 53 seconds remaining in this third quarter. As will Ruiz. Carrasco found the space but could not knock down the mid-range jump shot. Venegas back the other way. He'll tee up the three and drill it. So Juan Venegas now with 7 points and counting. The lead extends to 56-49. Carrasco. Letcher back to the basket. Spins baseline. Letcher couldn't get it to fall. Good defense there that time from Obras.
Yeah, it was a good move. He just couldn't finish it. He got a little off balance in there in the post.
Venegas fires a pass off to the corner. Tough angled layup attempt, no good. This will be good if it goes. It is off the mark, and that's how we'll end the third quarter. Well, Obras 10 minutes away from an impressive victory here in Group D action. They lead 76-49 for UdeC. Start of the fourth quarter upon us here in Concepcion, Chile. About 300 miles south of the capital in Santiago. Obras from Argentina with the big lead over UdeC, the home team here in Chile. 76-49. Already a foul on the inbound. Not even a second off the clock. And
That's tough.
UdeC
Yeah.
will start with their first team foul here in the fourth. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Spike inside and gets it to go.
Going to work down there in the post. Nice jump hook there.
27 points. He's definitely taken a ton of shots. That's a good block up top there by Serminato. Kareem's out of bounds, so we'll stay here with UdeC. And the basketball. Check that. Went off of UdeC, so it'll be Obras basketball.
Yeah, like you said, Spike's taken 20 shots, but he's made 11 of them, so it's over 50% from the field.
Just fed Serminato there on the cut. Rubio picks up the foul. It's the fourth for Rubio. He's one away from exiting this game. Saminati was just checking out of the game there, getting a hug from his head coach, Dominguez. And Serminato drills the first free throw. Even 10 points. He's gotten to the line quite a few times tonight, showing the ability to do that. He's now 6 assists
to the basket strong.
Yeah, from 6 assists now from the free throw line. Give him 11 on the night, and already 80 points for Obras. The teams that can fill it up here at the BCLA. They're averaging the second most points per contest in the BCLA so far with 90. And it looks like they'll get there again as Serminato on the follow. And the lead grows once again, 82-49. And the offensive rebounding has also been a backbreaker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's 16 offensive rebounds so far.
Aguirre in the lane. Letcher with the nice footwork to find the layup. With the points and counting for Letcher. Serminato for three. Off the mark, Rubio with the rebound. Gonna have to be careful. He's playing with those 4 fouls. How about Letcher for three? Indeed.
There you go.
Last 5 points coming from Letcher. Give him 14 and counting. That's his second three-pointer of the night. He started the game with a 3 and then drilled it right there 2 minutes into the fourth. Barral up top, and Serminato with the lay-in. And that's going to lead to a timeout. Coach Nunez has seen enough as the lead swells once again for Obras. About 8 minutes to play in the game. 82-54 your score here in Group D action. Basketball Champions League of Americas.
Vamos a hacer zona. Fuera. Zona. Ya tú. Vamos. Vamos. Hacemos una zona. Ellos son pequeños. Por lo tanto, en los cambios tenemos que ir. Mueve los pies tú, mueve los pies, que estás trabado con los pies. Vamos. Y ahí hacemos triángulo. Vamos. Ay, hermano, seguimos jugando.
It's been an impressive performance for Obras in this one. UdeC trying to find a spark here in the fourth quarter. Game running away from them. But in BCLA, it's all about momentum and trying to figure things out. Both these teams will play Franca in their next game. Obras will be first up playing Franca on Sunday, and UdeC will get a chance at Franca on Monday. That's pretty slow inside there.
And at this point, as a coach, if I'm Obras coach, I'm thinking of tomorrow's game a little bit. I'm up by 30. I might want to rest some of my main guys here and finish it out to give them a little more legs for a tough game against Franco tomorrow.
Yeah, Franca is no joke. They have a ton of experience here in the BCLA, and they just have a team that has played together so long, it doesn't take them long to really gel. And they've seen so many different opportunities to kind of have their backs against the wall. They've been able to fight back. They've played from in front. They've played from behind. It's a solid team and one of the favorites for sure in the BCLA this season. Corner three there by Sermonato off the mark. When your team like Obras, who lost to Franca earlier this campaign, back in December, a month ago, they've now had a month to try and figure things out. And then on top of that, you have to go back to Argentina and play in the National League there and deal with a team like Quimsa. Is a gorgeous move there by Letcher, who pounds it home, loses the headband in the process. But
he's really come on strong here, yeah.
Yeah, how do you prepare for that as a coach? What are some of the strategies that you would put in place for a team like Obras?
I mean, you are what you are, right? So, you know, you got great spacing, ball movement. You got multiple players that, you know, that can score. You've got one main scorer that you can go to. He's your go-to guy. Your defense is pretty solid. Your rebounding is pretty solid. You just got to do more of the same and a little bit better. And you know, that's all. You're not going to change your whole makeup to play a certain game. You're just a certain team. You just got to have faith in what you do, and you know, have guys step up and keep playing like you are playing, because it's the right kind of basketball.
Yeah, it has been tonight, no question about it. They probably would have liked to hit more threes like that right there, as they drill one straight on. Venegas with another triple. And they might need some of that three-point shooting playing a Franca team who have bigs that can straight up knock it down from three-point range and stretch the floor. Lucas Diaz, one of the best players in the competition without question. And you have Santos and the likes of Ferreira, who can knock down threes at a high clip for Franca. And I'd like to talk. I could talk about Lucas Diaz for the rest of the day. He has been terrific to watch. You know, averaging a double-double this season, 18.5 points, 10.5 rebounds in the BCLA. But more importantly, he's shooting 57% from three-point range, and he's taking 7 of them. So he's not. The volume's there, as is the efficiency. Just a terrific player to watch.
Yeah, and he does it all around. And I mean, shooting that type from the three-point line when you are taking threes is just outrageous and phenomenal. And you know, it's going to be a good game tomorrow, I think. You know, Ubras is playing well, and should be a good setup for the game tomorrow. And like I said, they're resting some of their main guys here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you might as well take some of these guys out and give them a quick breather, get into the bench. Obras could bottle some of this offense up and take that into their next game with Franca. They absolutely would. Also, some of that defense. Look at the way that they clogged the lane, and stepping in and taking the charge is Digon. Has played sparingly in this game, but he was right there, taking it right on the numbers.
Yeah, when you're that type of player, you come in and try to give some energy. You got to take those charges. You got to put your body on the line.
5 minutes remains in the game. And Obras will cruise to this victory and move to 2-1 here in Group D. UdeC will fall to 0-3, and they'll be heavy underdogs going up against Franca when they get their opportunity on Monday. If you're UdeC and you know you have a mountain to climb against the best team right now in your group in Franca, you know, what are some of the things that you can bottle up from this game to try and make it a little bit more competitive against Franca come Monday night?
Well, number one, you have to shore up your defensive rebounds. You can't let a team get 15, 18 offensive rebounds. That's number one. Number two, let's be frank. UdeC is overmatched in this group, and you know that's just a fact. So, how you can counter react that is slow the game down, execute more on your offense, take none, if very few, early three-pointers in the game. You got to take care of the ball, be strong with it, and get it into a lower scoring game because, you know, you can't really compete with these two teams on the physical level. And so that's how you do it. You slow the ball, you slow the game down. You got to have five guys block out and then battle. They're playing hard and they all play hard, but you got to do those other things to be able to compete with these types of teams and at this level.
Another transition bucket there that's going to get Obras over their season average, 91-58. Your score, Carrasco pulls up the foul line, and he'll drill that. When you look at UdeC, they have struggled to shoot from the three-point range, only 12% tonight's game. You would imagine they'll shoot better going up against Franca on Monday.
They'll shoot better if they shoot less.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not a good three-point shooting team, don't take threes. So move the ball around, drive the basketball, shoot more pull-ups, and run pick and roll and get it to the roll guy. But I'm sorry, I've seen teams in this tournament that are shooting 12, 15, 18% from the three-point line and continue to shoot them over and over again. At some point, you gotta say, hey guys, let's drive it to the basket and see if we can get to the basket and or get fouled so we can make some free throws. But shooting 12% from the three, you can't keep shooting a lot of threes. Shoot less threes.
On the flip side,
sounds simple but harder than these
does. It definitely sounds simple, and definitely has not been a simple game for UdeC tonight. But when you look at this team, I mean, yes, they are shooting 12% from three-point range, but they have gotten to the line. They're going to toe the line here for free throws number 20 and 21 on the night. So that is a positive for this team to take into their next game against a very tough Franca squad. And you just hope that your leader and, you know, the vet on this team in terms of Ivandro Arciega is going to have the legs at 41 years of age. He's going to have the one day off and then get right back to it. And maybe if Franca is on the back end of a back-to-back and they have a tough game tomorrow against Obras, you never know. You can keep it close and have the home crowd try to will you to win. Should be
absolutely
thrilling to see how they react to the game on Monday, especially after taking the beating tonight. Barrios with the last floater there.
I hate to simplify this, but it's true. You are 3 for 26 from the three-point line, and you're 15 for 21 from the free throw line. So guess what we should do? We should drive it and get to the free throw line more and shoot less threes.
And they're going to get to the free throw line once again as Dominguez was fouled. He took a hard shot, which the officials might look at this as unsportsmanlike. And Yako was in the mix there. Don't think it was him that fouled. No, it wasn't. He was just out of the picture. Madrigal was also mixing it up. Barrios commits the foul, and Dominguez is still down.
Yeah, I don't know what I saw was he got hit on the arm and fell and grabbed his face, but we could see more on the replay.
Well, he gets back up. That's a good sign, and he'll now work his way to the foul line. One of the younger players on this team, of course, just 21 years of age. He is draft eligible in the NBA draft this year, but his name hasn't quite crept up on mock draft boards thus far. Still has a lot more development to do here in Chile.
Yeah, this is great experience for him. It's a higher level, but nowhere close to the NBA. I mean, he is not on anybody's draft boards, but you know, he's getting the great experience here, and just a lot of players try to jump at a higher level too soon. Get better at where you are before you try and make that step.
Yeah, he does have good size at 6'10". You can see he's got maybe a little bit more way to go in terms of getting in shape, and his footwork can always improve. But he's still young, 21 years of age, maybe not reach the highest of levels in terms of the NBA, but he's able to contribute at this level. It's not that many notches down from the NBA level, and he could get there in 2-3 more years if he continues to put the work in. Minute 20 remaining in the game, and Obras cruising to a victory. Here's Rubio. There's Dominguez setting the screen. I want to see him kind of seal there as he went to the rim, but that's going to take some time.
Yeah, you see that. So if you're a big guy, he sets the pick and really does nothing afterwards. Instead of sealing, rolling hard and sealing, and or if you're a shooter, pop. But you got to separate yourself from the ball handler, and you know he needs someone showing him that and then working on that, and that'll help him a lot in his development.
You yourself, you know, played at the highest levels, was selected in second round of the NBA draft by the Houston Rockets, and you obviously had to learn and kind of develop as a big, and you were growing, made it to 7 feet. You know, a guy like Dominguez still trying to figure out his body. When did it click for you?
Well, I think, you know, in general, it's a little bit different now, but in general, bigs tend to mature and get better at a later age. But now you're seeing guys that are really mature at 7 foot tall. I mean, even 7'4", you're looking at Wembyamba, you're looking at Czech Holmgren, that were all 7'2", 7'3", and really skilled. But you know, you just got to keep working and working on your game. Find your niche. You know, I went in the league. I played for 12 years in NBA. I went in the league as a low post player, drop steps, hook shots. And then towards the end of my career, I was a pick and pop jump shooter. So you have to adapt your game also as your career goes along.
A lot of fouling here in the last couple of minutes. Rubio will go back to the line. And so what you like to see out of Rubio, he is undersized as a wing player. And also just that, well, he's not in shape to be a wing player, undersized as a big. He's kind of in that middle ground, and I'd like to see him trim down a little bit and get that explosiveness on the first step and work on his handle. And he could be something for this UdeC team. He's another one that's still relatively young, just only 23 years of age.
Yeah, I'll tell you, look at that video right there. And he had the right idea. He dribbled into the paint, then he did a spin move to the baseline. However, he was standing up too high. You need to stay down lower so you can keep your balance and have a strong base. So that's a little thing that he needs to learn to make that spin move he just used, which was the right move at the right time to make it effective at this level. I used to tell all my big guys, when you do that drop step and spin move, stay low to explode.
Explosiveness is going to have to come at some point for this team here in Chile. They're going to lose this one. They're one of the dominant teams in Chile, but taking the step up in action. And they're quickly finding out there are levels here in the Basketball Champions League of America. Obras will dribble out the clock, and that will put an end to this one. A dominant performance by Obras as they blow out UdeC at home Final score, 96-67. Obras moves to 2-1 in Group D. Get an opportunity to take a look at the final stats here from this one. Obras with a dominant performance here on the road, and happy as could be that one. That is an A-plus performance from a very good basketball team, and one that will be looking to pull off an upset tomorrow against Franca from Brazil. Argentinian teams and Brazilian teams always have that extra juice when they see each other, regardless of sport. No different in basketball. How about a team selfie? Coach Dominguez getting everyone in. And big smiles
and
all around.
After that selfie, tell everybody to get back to the hotel, ice down, drink plenty of fluids, get some food in you, and get some rest, because we got a big game tomorrow.
Big game indeed tonight. They can celebrate what they did. You see the damage done on the screen. They would love to shoot better from three, only 29% from three-point range, but complete nitpicking there. 17 offensive rebounds. Won the rebounding battle 61-35. So a big win for Obras in this one, defeating UdeC 96-67. The top scorers, despite with 27 big ones. Lecter came on with 16 and Arteaga with 16 as well for UdeC. They'll try to bottle that up. They'll see Franca on Monday. Obras back-to-back. They'll play Franca on Sunday. So for Paul McKeskey and our fantastic crew here at the BCLA, we'll say so long from Group D action and Concepcion, Chile, as Obras pick up their second win in Group D, 96-67. So long, folks.